Welcome back to Where is the Money? So apparently the money is not at Microsoft. At least that's what they claim. Apparently Microsoft is back at it again with another round of layoffs. They're on a roll, this time 9,000 people. They say it's not performance-based. It's not because of AI. It's not targeting any certain departments. No. It's just a reduction in staff for efficiency is what they seem to claim.
News came out this morning that they're laying off roughly 9,000 employees. Now, while that cut is less than 4% of its global workforce, you have to put it in context with the other cuts it's made over the course of the past year, including the 6,000 that was announced back in May. And then when you compare it to the other tech layoffs this year, it is the largest workforce reduction yet.
Another 9,000 out the door. So here's the kicker though. They say it's not AI related, which is a statement that's given and speculated by a lot of different people laid off by the tech sector these days. But if it's not AI related, then what is it? Whatever the reason they're claiming, to laying off 9,000 this month, they turn right around like clockwork and pulled in 4,000 H-1B visa employees. Not even subtle about it these days. So I must say it's a very, very classy move.
You heard what Microsoft did last week, right? They cut 9,000 jobs. And at the same time, they filed thousands of new H-1B visas so they can fly in cheaper engineers from India. What hit me wasn't the layoff part. We are all numb to that by now. It was the math behind it. They don't even bother pretending layoffs are a last resort anymore. It's just a line in the playbook. Drop the folks who cost more, swap in with people who can't walk away because their visa depends on the job, and call the whole thing efficiency. Like the rules of work got rewritten while nobody was looking. I'm not mad at folks coming here on H-1Bs. Do what you have to do. But let's not pretend it's harmless. Big tech is sorting workers like inventory, replacing whoever costs more and dressing it up as innovation. The stock goes up, the executives cash out, and the rest of us are left wondering, when are numbers up?
15,000-ish so far layoffs this year at Microsoft. Wow. That's not even their biggest layoff. The biggest layoff was 18,000 back in 2014 or 15 when they basically got rid of the Nokia acquisition and let go all of those employees. So that was kind of a special thing. But it's approaching that level of, and what Microsoft tells us is this isn't targeted at one specific group or one specific type of employee. It's not performance-based. This is mostly targeting, or in a large part targeting, middle managers, something we've heard so much from the big tech companies over the last couple of years, making things more efficient and so forth.
Now, while we're talking about it, let's hear from someone that got laid off with this recent round of layoffs at Microsoft. Let's hear what they got to say from the inside of what they think is going on, what caused it, and what they can help other people understand about this situation.
So I just got laid off from Microsoft. This is certainly not like the kind of content I ever intended to post on here. I just made this account for like my Twitch and gaming content, but I figured I'd talk about it because I don't know what else to do right now. I literally just got an email last Wednesday saying my position was to be terminated immediately and I was to stop doing the work that I was doing. And I think the thing that pisses me off the most about this is I moved across the country for this job, right? I moved literally from the east coast of the US to the west coast, a 45-hour drive. I left like friends and family. My wife had to leave a job that she liked and really enjoyed, and I've only worked here for 7 months. It hasn't been a full year yet. That feels like huge business oversight, right? To like say, oh, we need the budget for this person, we have the budget to hire this person, and then 7 months later be like, oh, we can't afford them anymore, it's too much money. And I still get like 2 to 3 months of severance pay, so that's nice at least. And I was told it wasn't performance based, but like I had special clearance access on my team, so I'm the only person that could do like some of the work I was working on. And I was told it was like high priority, I guess nobody can do that work now. There's a deadline coming up in like 2 months, but like how, like there was no reasoning behind it. And even like my boss was fired, and I talked to like my boss's boss. He doesn't have a reason for why I was like there's no reasoning. Nobody knows. It's crazy, and I've only worked here for 7 months. Why the fuck did they hire me in the first place? I mean, I guess I just start looking for other jobs now, and maybe try to continue with the Twitch stuff, or whatever, see how that goes. But just kind of like venting a bit, I guess. I don't know, I'm just kind of pissed off that this job made me move across the country, and they only kept me around for 7 months. I don't know, it feels a little messed up.
One thing not mentioned, at least so far, is artificial intelligence and the role that plays in there. Now, we've heard something like, people are going to be asked to use more technology and make themselves more efficient that way. But as far as artificial intelligence, I don't even think it's good enough to replace middle managers yet. But we have heard from Microsoft up to 30% of the code written at Microsoft is being written by artificial intelligence.
Now, after doing this last round of layoffs, it comes out again that they apparently canceling Xbox game. What is going on at Microsoft?
Microsoft has now canceled the Xbox games after it's laid off more than 15,000 people in the last 2 months. Now, in May, they laid off 6,000 people. And just yesterday here at the start of July, they laid off another 9,000. Now, what did these people get for some of them 10, 15 plus years of service in this? They got a 60-day paid severance. So 2 months in a job market that it traditionally takes 4 to 5 months to get a new job in after working at this employer for 10 to 15 years. And if this does not show you and tell you that you always need to be leveling up your skills, side hustling, that you need to be building your personal brand, that you need to be building your network on LinkedIn, that you need to be going to webinars and conferences in order to make connections in your industry, so that if one company starts to act stupid, you can bounce over to another company that has its stuff together. Now, Microsoft has about 220,000 employees, so this isn't a huge blip on their radar to lay off 15,000 people. And they'll say it was to cut middle management, and they'll say it was because they were going to use AI. But really, it's to make more money and to save more money for the company. Now, looking at that, how does that affect all of us, and what are we supposed to do with it? This, again, just goes to show you cannot look at your career as I work at this company and they just go to work and I do my 40, 50, 60 hours at this company and I go home and hang out with my family. You always have to be trying to level up your skill set and your network, guys, because anything can happen on any given day at any company. And you might think, God, I've been here 10, 12 years. All of a sudden, somebody comes in one day, some consultancy efficient person, and says, we don't need this whole layer of management, and all these people are cut. Then often what happens is after they get that nice bump in their stock price because they have less headcount and less payroll, they will go for a certain number of years until they figure out they really do need these people, and they'll start to hire them back after people start to turn over and leave very frequently because they know that there's no company loyalty to the employees. What also this does is it makes Microsoft far less of an employer of choice for talented people, because they know that the company will lay people off anytime that it makes them more money. So companies like Amazon, companies like Microsoft that do this regularly, that lay people off, the top talented people will know not to go to these companies because they're not going to be able to count on the company to be reliable for them. So again, choose companies, do your vetting for companies just like they're doing their vetting for you when they want your references, when they want to look at your resume. Before you just accept an offer letter for them, have them send it to you in writing if they do when you get in the interview process, and then go vet out the company. Go to Glassdoor, go to Fishbowl, go to Google reviews, go to Yelp reviews. Spend time for whatever size company that you're dealing with to vet them out too, because it's your future and your family's future that is going to depend on how reliable the company is. It's not just them looking at the employees anymore, it's now the employees also looking at the companies.
So what do you guys make of this? Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Where Is the Money? Talk to you soon.